What if I told you that the ending of episode 6 wasn't just about Belly making a choice? It was about a moment that could completely rewrite how we see her journey. This is the kind of ending that leaves fans replaying the scene over and over, trying to catch every hidden look, every pause, and every word that might reveal the truth. And it's not just about the love triangle anymore. This ending digs into loyalty, heartbreak, and the reality of what it means to grow up. The writers didn't just give us a cliffhanger. They gave us an emotional explosion that sets up the rest of the season in a way we didn't see coming. In the build-up to this finale moment, tension has been brewing like a storm ready to break. Throughout the episode, Belly has been walking on a fragile line, caught between two worlds. On one side, Jeremiah, the boy who has been patient, kind, and willing to fight for her no matter what. On the other, Conrad, the one she has always loved, but whose walls and complicated feelings make every step forward painful. Episode 6 layers these emotions perfectly, pulling us into Belly's struggle as she tries to navigate her heart. Every conversation, every glance between the trio builds toward a breaking point. And by the time we reach the ending, you can feel that someone's heart is about to shatter. The power of this episode lies in the quiet details. It's not always the shouting or dramatic fights that cut the deepest. It's the silences. The way Conrad's voice lowers when he finally admits what he's feeling. The way Jeremiah's smile fades when he realizes Belly's attention has shifted. The way Belly herself stands there, caught in the kind of choice no teenager should ever have to make. It's raw, it's messy, and it feels real. And that's why the ending hits so hard. It's not just fiction. It mirrors the confusion so many people face when torn between comfort and passion, safety and longing. What makes this ending so unforgettable is how it refuses to give easy answers. It doesn't tie things up with a neat bow. Instead, it leaves both Belly and the audience in this space of uncertainty, where every decision comes with a cost. You can almost see the weight of it pressing down on her shoulders as the screen fades. This is not just about who Belly chooses. In the moment, it's about who she wants to become. Is she ready to chase the fire of first love, even if it burns her again? Or is she ready to take the steady path, the one that promises less pain but maybe also less passion? The episode ends right there, on that razor's edge, daring us to wait and see what happens next. Asterisk, the ending moment of episode 6 doesn't just arrive, it crashes in. Like a wave you see building but still aren't prepared for when it finally breaks. The scene is carefully crafted to keep the audience's heart racing because every word, every movement feels loaded with meaning. Belly finds herself at the center of it all, standing between Conrad and Jeremiah, and the tension is almost unbearable. Jeremiah, who has given everything to prove he's steady, safe, and unwavering, looks at her with eyes full of hope. He's vulnerable, silently begging her to see the kind of love that doesn't let go. Then there's Conrad, who finally lets his guard slip, his usual walls of sarcasm and distance melting away into something raw, something honest. For once, his feelings aren't hidden, and that's what makes this moment so crushing. The writers knew exactly how to make this scene unforgettable. They set the stage with quiet, no big background distractions, no other characters to break the focus. Just Belly, Jeremiah, and Conrad in a space where their emotions could collide. The silence feels heavy, broken only by a few sharp lines of dialogue that cut deep. Jeremiah asks the question we all knew was coming. Who do you really want, Belly? It's direct, painful, and impossible to ignore. The camera lingers on her face, giving us time to watch every flicker of emotion, the hesitation, the fear, the longing. Then Conrad's voice, softer than usual, breaks through. He doesn't fight, he doesn't beg, but his words carry more weight than if he had shouted, "I never stopped loving you." That line lands like a bomb not only for Belly but for Jeremiah too, who instantly realizes the truth he's tried so hard to avoid. The raw heartbreak in this moment comes from the way all three characters are stripped bare. Jeremiah's pain is visible as his hope crumbles in real time. He wanted to believe that his loyalty and devotion would finally be enough, but with just one sentence from Conrad, everything shifts. Belly's eyes reveal the storm inside her. She's torn because she knows choosing Conrad could reopen old wounds, but she also knows her heart never fully left him. Conrad himself looks almost afraid, as though speaking his truth might ruin everything, but he can't hold it back anymore. The energy between them is electric, a mix of fear, love, and inevitability. Then comes the defining silence. Belly doesn't rush into an answer, and that's what makes the moment powerful. Instead, we're left hanging with her choice suspended in the air. Jeremiah turns away, his jaw tight, his voice breaking as he mutters something under his breath that Belly can barely hear. That small detail, the way he doesn't explode, but quietly breaks, makes his heartbreak even more devastating. Screen holds on the three of them, frozen in a triangle of love and pain, before fading out. No music swells to guide our emotions. No tidy resolution comes. Just raw, unfinished tension that forces the audience to sit in the discomfort. This is the genius of episode 6's ending. It doesn't give the audience what they want. It gives them what they need. A moment so emotionally charged that it lingers long after the credits roll. It makes us replay it, searching for clues in their expressions, trying to guess what Belly's silence really means. Did she lean slightly toward Conrad? Did her eyes soften more for Jeremiah? Every fan will have a different interpretation, and that's why the scene works. It pulls the story away from predictable romance and turns it into something much deeper. A battle of hearts where no one walks away without scars. Asterisk. The ending of episode 6 isn't just about who Belly might choose, it's about the deeper meaning, hidden in every pause, every look, and every unspoken word. Symbolism plays a huge role here, and the writers use it to show us that this love triangle is more than just three people tangled in feelings. It's about identity, growth, and the painful process of moving from childhood into adulthood. When Jeremiah asks Belly who she really wants, it isn't just about romance, it's about forcing her to face herself. The question pushes her beyond the surface level of comfort and attraction. It demands that she'll figure out who she is, what she values, and what kind of love she believes she deserves. That's why the silence afterward feels so powerful. Belly isn't just quiet because she's indecisive. She's quiet because the weight of the moment forces her to think about her entire journey up to this point. The way the scene is shot also reinforces this symbolism. Jeremiah is often positioned in the light, warm, open, and dependable. He represents safety, the kind of love that feels steady and grounded. Conrad, in contrast, often lingers in the shadows or the corners of the frame, carrying with him a sense of mystery and turbulence. He represents passion, but also pain, the fire that can both warm and burn. And Belly stands between them, literally and figuratively, caught in the middle. This visual storytelling isn't accidental. It's the writers and directors reminding us that Belly's choice isn't between two boys, but between two different versions of her future. Even the silence at the end carries meaning. The lack of music or background noise strips away any distractions, forcing us to focus only on the emotions in the room. Silence, in storytelling, often symbolizes truth, the kind of truth that can't be softened by words. By leaving us with nothing but raw tension, the show is telling us that no matter what comes next, this moment will shape everything. It's the emotional heartbeat of the season, the point where childhood fantasies clash with the harshness of reality. Belly's decision or refusal to decide will ripple through every character in ways that can't be undone. The emotional impact on the audience is just as important as the symbolism. Fans feel Jeremiah's heartbreak as if it were their own. Because his vulnerability is so human, they feel Conrad's quiet desperation because everyone knows the pain of holding back feelings for too long. And they feel Belly's confusion. Because choosing between stability and passion is something that resonates far beyond a summer romance. That's why this ending sticks. It doesn't just tell a story, it mirrors the emotional dilemmas that so many people face in real life. But there's another layer to this moment. It's not just about romance, it's about loss. The Fisher boys lost their mom, and that grief has shaped them both in different ways. Conrad holds on to pain, building walls to protect himself. Jeremiah clings to hope, desperate to keep love alive. Belly stepping into this storm isn't just about who she loves, but about how she helps them heal, risks hurting them more. The ending of episode 6 shows us that love doesn't exist in a vacuum. It's tied to family, to grief, to the past, and to the future. That's why it feels so heavy, because every choice Belly makes will either heal or deepen wounds that go far beyond herself. In the end, the symbolism of this scene isn't just in the love triangle, it's in the theme of transformation. Summer in this story has always been about change. Kids grow up, relationships evolve, and nothing stays the same. Episode 6's ending is the perfect reminder of that. Belly can't stay. The girl caught between two brothers forever. At some point, she has to become the woman who knows what she wants, even if it breaks someone's heart. And that's why this ending hits so hard. It doesn't just leave us wondering about her choice. It leaves us questioning what we would do if we were in her place. Asterisk, what makes the ending of episode 6 so powerful is not just what happens in the moment hits, how it cracks open the path for episode 7 and the final stretch of season 3. The silence Belly leaves us with isn't just an unfinished answer. It's a door to all the chaos, heartbreak, and revelations still to come. In episode 7, the fallout from this ending will ripple through every relationship, forcing the characters to face truths they've been avoiding. Won't just walk away quietly. His heartbreak is too big to stay hidden, and it's likely we'll see him finally push back, confronting Belly in ways he hasn't dared to before. His patience, once his strength, might start to wear thin, and that could change how fans see him. Instead of being the safe choice, Jeremiah may finally show his anger, his vulnerability, his limits. For Conrad, this ending could finally be the turning point he's been building toward all season. For so long, his love for Belly has been buried under grief, fear, and guilt. But his quiet confession, "I never stopped loving you," wasn't just words, was a release, an opening of the door he's kept locked for too long. Episode 7 will likely explore the consequences of that honesty. Will Conrad finally step up and fight for Belly openly? Or will his usual fear of losing control pull him back again? His journey has always been about balance between love and pain, passion and self-protection, and this ending might force him to finally choose who he wants to be. Belly, of course, is the center of this storm. Episode 7 will challenge her in ways she hasn't faced before. She's not just choosing between Jeremiah and Conrad, she's choosing the kind of life she wants, the kind of love she's ready for, and the kind of person she wants to grow into. Episode 6 left her silent because she's at a crossroads, but episode 7 won't let her stay there. The fallout from her indecision will shake the Fisher family, her friendships, and even her own sense of identity. Fans should expect Belly to finally confront the weight of her choices. Whether she leans toward Conrad's fire or Jeremiah's stability, it will come at a cost. Episode 7 may be the one to show just how high that cost really is. Beyond the love triangle. The ending of episode 6 sets up side storylines that will gain new depth in episode 7. Stephen and Taylor's budding relationship may mirror Belly's struggle, showing how young love can be both messy and transformative. Laurel, Belly's mom, might step in as a grounding force, reminding her daughter that love isn't just about romance, it's about resilience, honesty, and knowing your worth. The Fisher boys' grief over their mother will also remain in the background, shaping how they handle rejection, rivalry, and the fear of losing someone they love again. This isn't just a summer romance anymore. It's a story about family, grief, and how love can both heal and wound. Most importantly, episode 7 promises to test the bonds that seemed unbreakable. Jeremiah and Conrad's brotherhood has already been strained, but this ending could push it to the breaking point. For the first time, we might see them stop protecting each other and start openly fighting for what they want. That tension doesn't just threaten their relationship with Belly, it threatens the very foundation of the family dynamic that has carried this show from the beginning. Fans should prepare for heated confrontations, painful conversations, and possibly even a split that won't be easy to mend in the end. The ending of episode 6 was a warning. Nothing will ever be the same again. Episode 7 won't bring peace, it will bring consequences. Belly's silence was the spark, and now the fire is about to spread. Friendships may fracture, hearts will definitely break, and the balance of the love triangle will shift in a way that could change the rest of the season. The big question isn't just who will Belly choose. It's can everyone survive her choice without losing each other forever? And that's the beauty of where this story is heading. Episode 6 left us with silence, but Episode 7 is about to answer that silence with chaos, heartbreak, and revelations that fans won't forget. Asterisk.